Wind just keeps picking up.
This is done. This season is done. I shouldn't do this anymore. I always say you can overcome anything that you want and... Okay, so if you've ever done a charter, if you've ever sailed, listen to this. See this guy? That's me. 5 years ago, I quit my corporate job, bought a sailboat in Puerto Rico and decided to sail around the world. Well, thousands of nautical miles later, love, laughter, friends gained, I had to sell my boat in Dominican Republic due to COVID constraints. I decided to become a charter captain, gain some more miles and experience before buying the next boat. Welcome to this great adventure called the Paper Boat Project. Nina! Well, a very, very good morning to you. How are you? You're on Genoa, Sun Odyssey, and you're in Italy. And this episode, I'm going to show you how a family of 4 plus a dog have fun on a Sun Odyssey in the Aeoli Islands, and you're coming with me. Good morning. How are you? Nina! Come! Right, so yesterday we sailed from Malta to these islands here just right behind me. It's about 53 miles and we left at about 12 in the afternoon. We got here at about 7:50, so about 8 hours. The engine on this boat, which I will still show you, pushes her really nicely at about 7 knots at 2,200, 2,500 revs. And so really fast little boat, very, very nice. We're 6 people on the boat and actually 7 with me and the dog, and it was quite comfortable. Let's go have some fun. Welcome to Italy. That? What is that? Is that a Nina? Is that a dog? Yeah, we're gonna go all the way around that point there. So look, this is a big bay. Okay, there's an island there, but we're gonna go through there and then we're gonna go all the way north to Taormina and then to the islands. I want to put the boys right next to them. Look down, guys, look down. Look down, there we go. Is it nice? Nice.
Yeah, go and do the dolphin dance.
Come on, do the dolphin dance.
Wind just keeps picking up. Yeah, the swell is pretty big. Woohoo! Good morning, Captain. This is Captain's log. We just left Taormina at 4:45 in the morning. We're headed for the Strait of Messina. I hope you can see me. Yesterday was a really long day. We had lots of wind. There was some freak weather. It was actually on the news if you want to Google the freak weather in the Messina Strait. So we were sailing and it was supposed to be about 3 knots and the next moment 30 knots on the nose. And I was out there and I had to make a decision. What do I do? Do I turn back or do I come a little bit more inland? And the waves were huge. We had fetch of about 2 seconds. So it was really, really rough out there. So I came closer to shore, and that's one thing that I can teach you. If you usually when you come closer to shore there's less wind, because depending on how the island or the earth or wherever you are is situated, of course, but generally it will block some of the wind. And so the wind was coming from a direction where I could go and hide from it. Something that happens here in the Messina Strait, it's where Sicily and Italy almost meet. It's that little spot of water where you can go through. the wind funnels through there and it accelerates like a lot. So very, very dangerous. A lot of people have lost their boat through this, going through there. We're gonna go there now. I'm hoping for the best today. The weather seems okay. We already have a lot of wind, probably about 12 knots, and it's not even 6 o'clock yet. So enjoy this day with us. All right, going through the Strait of Messina now. Look at that current, guys. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but that's not wind. That is current. I just went through it with the boat. We're currently doing 9.5 knots. So I have about 3.5 knots of current with me. But look at that rip current around there. Very, very dangerous. Sicily to the left, Italy to the right. Woohoo! Right, so we're in another current again. Look at this. Really flat and then a lot here. We're at 180 meters of water, so very deep. And it's just pushing the boat. Look at that, look at that. Really, really strong currents. Look at that. Well, we're through it. Another experience, another thing to learn, another thing to think about. Let's go. Welcome to the Aeolian Island, guys. That is Stromboli there in the background. It is an active volcano, and sometimes you can see the smoke come out the top. I'm gonna go show you that definitely, but we're here. Woohoo! There's a lot of boats there on the south side of these islands. It looks like it's one big party. Cheers, guys. Welcome to Panarea. It is quite different than I expected. There's a lot of tourists, there's a lot of boats, there's no amenities. On avionics it says that there is a fuel dock and it says that there's water available. We phoned even and they say that they had water. They have no water, they have no fuel, no diesel. So it is very busy. I anchored out of the mooring field here to my starboard side. There's a bunch of moorings, but I didn't want to pick one up, so I just anchored off. But there's a lot of people driving up and down, up and down, up and down, so it's really not that fun. The crew's gone into town to go and see what they can find. I'm having a glass of white wine because we made it after 3 days. Had some really rough weather yesterday. Cheers! Welcome to Panarea. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but hey, now we know. Good morning. So I didn't film everything because obviously I have clients on the boat and I don't want to film. But last night the engine wouldn't start on the boat. After 2 or 3 hours I found out that the boat's batteries was wired not correctly. There's 4 batteries on the boat and they're all wired together, starting and house. 4 batteries, 1 battery back. So now it is the next morning. I'm sailing to Lipari. I'm beating into the wind to get to Lipari because there's services there. What a charter from hell! Oh my word, guys. Okay, so if you've ever done a charter, if you've ever sailed, listen to this. So 2 days ago when I wanted to start the engine, it made some funny thing on the panel. It's got a panel that you push the button to start. And so yesterday when I got back, as I came into port, I was trying to go to the water dock or the fuel dock, and the boat switched off completely when I put it in neutral. Long story short, it doesn't want to start. I did everything I can last night. The kids are here, the dog's barking, the people want to move. They're so frustrated and irritated. The people want to swim. I can't take them anywhere because I can't start the boat. I'm trying to speak to the people in Malta. I'm trying to speak to the mechanic on the boat. If you've ever sailed before, you just get on a boat. You know the basic stuff, but you don't know where everything is on the boat. So I'm trying to look for the batteries. I'm trying to find the solar charge controller. I'm trying to find the starting battery. I'm trying to see what the voltage is on it. I'm trying to see where the cables go. Where's the alternator? Where's the starter? How does it work? What's going on? I tried to hotwire the boat. It's not the starter because I thought maybe it was the starter. Tried to hotwire the boat. Doesn't work. Follow this. This morning at 6 I woke up. I saw there was a little bit of wind. The other island is called Lipari. I said let's sail to Lipari because if I get to Lipari then at least it's a big port. There's marinas, people can help us. Halfway between
that island, which is Panaria, and that island, which is Lipari, there's no more wind, nothing. I'm sitting here. So I'm trying to figure out, can somebody tow us? I want to ask 1,000 euros to tow me 5 nautical miles, which we can't pay, it's crazy. And then the other option was, I said send a dinghy to come and fetch the clients. Right, I managed to flag down or wave down people with a oyster. They're gonna tow me to Lipari. Here they are. Boat is called Oyster Cracker. If you ever see the boat called Oyster Cracker, I think it's a 47-foot oyster. Give them a beer. Tell them I sent you. They're nice. They're gonna help. So when towing a sailboat, you want to have the line as long as possible. And yeah, hopefully if you have one of those springs, those tow springs. Luckily we have one, we're gonna put one on. We have a Jeanneau 42 and a Oyster Cracker 47. So the oyster is gonna be pulling the Jeanneau. Why that side? Got it. Perfect. It looks like this cleat's been repaired before. I hope it's fine. That's just the risk when you take when you're on charter. You don't know the boat really, unless you've chartered it for a while. Okay, I locked the steering here earlier. Unlock it. And go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yo! Perfect! Grazie mille! Alright guys, we're limping into Lipari right now. The last time I was here I was in a Hansa 588 and the situation was much better when I was here last time, but this time I'm limping in, but I'm in good spirit and it's all for sailing.
Tommy, your name is Tommy?
Stefano.
Esteban?
Stefano.
Stefano, okay, alright. So, Stefano, near the port, it's possible to put onshore.
Perfettamente, perfetto.
There are 5 meters, okay?
5 meters is perfect. I have a lot of anchor.
Okay.
Where you go? You go to Lipari or you go to another island? I want to buy you a beer.
Okay, it's alright. 1 beer. Okay.
Ciao. Grazie. Ciao. If you guys ever see that boat Oyster Cracker, give them a beer from me, please. My rescuers. There they go. What cool people. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay, coming into dock now. We're anchored in this little bay tonight, and the part that we are waiting for is arriving tonight by ferry, and this is where we are. Yeah, it's been a really tough charter, and yeah, it's been really challenging, but I guess this makes it a little bit more worth it. Welcome. Okay, so from one boat to the other boat, what happened? The part's still not here, and so we sent another part. The guys in Malta drove a part to Gozo. From Gozo, a guy took a speedboat to Sicily on the south side. A driver drove the part from the south side to the northeast part in Milazzo. I'm taking a speedboat now from Lipari to Milazzo to get the part, speedboat back, mechanic to put it into the boat. What a mission. It's 6:30. The boat leaves in a few minutes, and the saga continues on this charter. Good morning. Hi guys, this is where we are in Lipari, and we're gonna go here to Milazzo. It's about 20 miles, 18, 19 miles, and we're doing 34 34 knots. Can you imagine that on a sailboat? Alright guys, we made it to Sicily. We are in Milazzo right now, and I need to find, oh there it is, tropical bar. The driver sent me a message with a photo of the tropical bar. Let's go see if he's there. Man, a lot of people, lot of people. Ok, caffè, por favor.
Andiamo.
Caffè.
Poi caffè. Sono qua, non me lo so muovere. Te lo porto io. Grazie.
He's only speaking Italian to me, this guy. He thinks I speak Italian, I don't. But he's gonna buy us a coffee. I said I want a coffee, so it seems like he's gonna be ordering it for some reason. Get the part, get out of here. Look at all these nice things. Alright, I got the part, I got the starter right here, and now I'm trying to get back. So I have a ticket for 10, but I'm gonna try and see if I can make it earlier. I almost wanted to say a bus. All the buses are full, all the sea buses are full to go back. But I'm gonna try and see if I can get a ticket to go earlier and get this frickin' thing installed. The charter from hell continues, guys. I went all the way to Milazzo this morning. I got the part, I got back to the boat, I installed it, the engine fired up, it was the starter. I get the clients, we start sailing, they say, take us to Milazzo. I said, excuse me? They said, take us to Milazzo, we'd like to get off the boat, we don't want to sail all the way back. This is after I just went to go get the stuff, so I sailed into Milazzo. Right now, I'm getting diesel. I docked the boat like a boss. Check this depth, there's no depth.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm doing. No, it's not going. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be going. Okay, so feeling there's not a lot of depth, guys. If you come into Poseidon Marina, they have fuel, but make sure that you come on high tide. I think I have about 30 centimeters under the keel, maybe not even, maybe I'm a little bit touching, but I need some fuel. And there's my dinghy, and as you come in, you've got these rocks, and you have to come very, very close to them to dock the boat. And as you can see, not a lot of depth. Good morning, my friends. Okay, so yesterday I was still speaking to you, and then the client came back to the boat and spoke to me, and I had to stop filming. In a nutshell, they got off the boat. I was in a really, really shallow place to get some diesel. I moved the boat over. We're in Milazzo last night. I stayed here. I proceeded to drink some red wine last night and just chill. At some point I thought, hey, let's go back. Let me sail overnight, but I'm so glad I did not. Let me look you in the eye. And this morning, I'm so happy that I didn't sail, because I slept till about 8 o'clock this morning. I was so tired after this charter. That's just... Any case, I'm having my coffee now. The boat is started. We have 3/4 of fuel almost. We have some water. I stocked the fridge. I'm gonna have my coffee, and then I'm gonna single hand this boat back to Malta. It's about 190 miles, so a good long sail, almost 200 miles that I'll be single-handing overnight, and you're gonna come with me. This has been the charter from hell, but somehow we're pulling through, and I always say you can overcome anything that you want, and let me tell you, this has been a frustration. Swimming platform up, put that away. Always, guys, when you're towing your dinghy, I always put my engine up so that we know that if something bad happens, at least it's just the dinghy that will flip or get wet, and that's fine. But your engine, you want to make sure that that's secure. You don't know what seas we're gonna encounter, so this little Honda is there. It's not the best thing to always tow your dinghy, but I don't know if I'm gonna have to stop. I don't know if I'm gonna have to go to shore, and we're not going in very, very high seas, so that's kind of okay. The engine is going. I'm gonna put on my navigation instruments. I run this engine at about 2,300 revs, not more. It's a little Yacht-Master that we fixed. 2 steering wheels. I'm gonna get the anchor up right now. You can come and do that with me. Pick it up. Guys, when you're bringing up your anchor, always make sure that you open the anchor locker and see, because sometimes you have to bung the chain, which means it will coil on one point or in one position, and then it can get stuck in here. So just make always sure that you open and see what's going on when you're putting it down as well, because sometimes it can get stuck. Sweet. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Got my coffee, got the boat. I'm gonna go down, switch on the navigation. Which one is it? There we go. Okay, let's have another chat. So where are we and where did we come from? So Malta is down there, and obviously the bigger view is that. That's where we are. There's home, although home's on the ocean. So I always use Navionics. We sailed yesterday from Lipari to Milazzo, which is this spot here, and now we're going here through the Messina Strait, which is very, very dangerous sometimes, and then we're going to come down, down, down through the night all the way, and then point towards Valletta, which is there. Guys, very important that I do is that when you leave a place and you've never sailed the waters, just check the general depth. You know, it looks like on the outside, from outside, it looks, oh, it's deep water, but sometimes, like, look here. Yesterday when we were coming in, there was a spot there that didn't have depth. There as well. See there. So you just want to make sure that as you're sailing, where you're going, do I have depth? Do I have depth? Yes, 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 yes. Nothing to look out for. Okay, that's a special marker. We don't have to care about the special marker. We're away from it. And then we're gonna go around. What does the depth look like there? There's a wreck. Okay, there's a wreck. What is this? What is this? Caution area, obstruction. So we'll avoid that, even if we have depth. And then we'll go around. There's more wrecks. Look at all these wrecks around here. Wreck, 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 wreck. There must be another wreck there. There must be a lot. Another one, another one. This is a very dangerous spot to go through. The current's really, really bad, and well, hopefully today will be fine. That's maybe why there's a church. That is a church. I can show you. Madonna delle Grazie. So when you come through, you lose your boat, you go to the church, you say thank you that you still have your life. There we go. Boom. Okay, we're approaching the Strait of Messina. So this is Sicily, that is Italy. I don't know if you can see, but there's a tower there that almost looks like the Eiffel Tower. But in any case, we're gonna go around that point and go down. The water here is notorious for being really, really nice and blue. Look at this. Really nice, like a light blue color. All right, pasta, pesto that I made myself, olives, green olives, some capers, fresh Italian tomatoes, some albacore tuna. That's going to be done in like 2 minutes, 7 minutes, then it's al dente. Put some pesto, cut some of that capers, that tomato, done, finished, lekker, let's go! Look at this current, guys, look at the current. Flat sea, and then you can see the current on the water. Look at that. Flat current. Very dangerous at night. Look at it, look at it. No, we're on it right now. A lot of, look at the boat moving. It just pushes the boat to starboard now. And it was just moving it to port, now it's going more to starboard side. Very, very strong current here. On every passage I do, night passage, especially night passage, I buy a bottle of champagne. Or Prosecco, whichever country I'm in. Because I always find something to celebrate at some point during my trip. I was just on the boat and I was like thinking about a lot of things, obviously, because I'm alone and I'm here in the most beautiful place. And I really want to celebrate the fact that I was able to leave my corporate job 5 years ago, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I knew that wasn't for me anymore. In my heart and my soul, I felt this is done, this season is done, I shouldn't do this anymore. I celebrate life, I celebrate sailing, I celebrate pushing on, I celebrate this amazing lifestyle that I have been able to create for myself. And it has its challenges, yes. But I'm sharing this with you guys around the world, and thank you for that. And I'm gonna have a glass of Prosecco on YouTube for watching this episode and coming on this charter from hell. But always there's something good that can come from it. I learned a lot. I will do things differently next time. I'll ask different questions. A lot. I learned a lot. Salute. Cheers. Hey! Salute. So cheers. Alright guys, I'm busy with a night passage. I'm just past Syracuse and the wind picked up drastically. I'm gonna be heading to a little island on the south of Sicily to see if I can hide from this really rough weather. Well, rough. I have about, feels like 18 to 20 knots of wind straight on the nose, and it's a little bit uncomfortable. Let me show you. So the swell is coming from there on my starboard bow, and it's, whoa, quite a bit. As you can see, sometimes it just, I close the spray dodger and it just comes flying over the water here. And on the starboard side it's quite wet there. So, as you see there, yeah. I'm just gonna go and between that lighthouse and there's another light there on the port side, there's a little gap that you can go and hide there, and I'm gonna go hide there. And hopefully tomorrow morning this is better. Look at that swell, wow. That's big swell, that's really big swell. Let's just put the anchor down. Man, this feels so much better. We have about 5-6 meters of water, so I'm not really gonna set the anchor with the engine. I'm just gonna let us drift back and put out a lot of chain. That's the lighthouse there. Phew, what a day. Can I just say again that this has really been one freaky trip. Okay, this morning I left about 10 minutes ago. We were behind that little island there last night, and I have a lot of wind, but I'm fine. It's better to do it during the day. I can see better. There's not as much wind and swell as there were last night, so that's a plus. I've got my foul weather gear on. The sun is coming up here behind me, as you can see nicely. Yay! Woohoo! And I'm headed for Malta to end this trip. Beating into the wind now, guys. Not happy with the shape of the sail. It's luffing a bit. Usually it has a little leech line that you can pull. This sail does not have one. Beating into the wind now, probably 40 degrees into the wind, and the wind's coming kind of where we want to go, but I've managed to pick up another knot and a half. The current is really against us, the wind is against me, so I'm really struggling to make 7 knots, 7.5 knots. That's why I put the sail out as well. So motor sailing right now into this weather. It's been a fun sail. Remember, when you're beating into the wind, you want to have your head sail as tight, as close as possible to the boat. But if you have strong winds, it will lean the boat over quite a bit. So you can decide how comfortable you want the boat to be by releasing some of the sheet line and not tightening it up to the boat as much. Or reef the sail and have less cloth out, and then the boat won't lean over that much. I, on the other hand, I'm alone on the boat. It's a little bit uncomfortable because we're leaning over quite a bit, but that's okay. I don't have kids or a wife or anybody that's saying, hey, not like this, not like that. I can just crank it up and go home. See you there. What else did we say can go wrong on this trip? Nothing, right? No diesel. The diesel tank downstairs says I've got a quarter tank left. I left yesterday with more than half a tank. I worked out the distance, and I realized I'll be there cutting it really close, but I'll have to sail a lot. I have another, I don't know, 40 miles left, and the diesel just won't start. It's definitely the diesel. I can hear it's not getting diesel, and on the panel it says got more than a quarter left. I'll show you. So I put the mainsail up, at least we've got good wind, thank God, and we're sailing there. So I just worked out that on this boat, the diesel tank, I got 235 miles from full to just a little bit under empty. Then you guys saw me, I put another 100 euros worth of diesel in it, and then it was above empty, above half. So it was like just a quarter, a little bit above half. So I figured, okay, cool, we'll have enough. Now, without diesel, I've figured out, and I just checked how many miles I've sailed. I got 140 miles on the second half. So almost 100 miles less, nautical miles less, that I got on the second half than the first half on that little display panel, which is absolutely ridiculous because, I mean, how much do you know? I don't know. And the other thing is I only had 100 euros on me. The guy wouldn't accept dollars, so had I known, then I would have probably gone to town and get some cash or whatever and fill it up. Anyways, we're sailing. It's a good idea and it's a good excuse to sail. The wind is coming perfectly and I'm pinching as high as possible because of the leeway. So what happens is when you're beating into the wind and the swell is coming to my starboard side, it will typically, generally will move the boat, the leeway will move more to the port side. So you might think that you're going to end up at point A and point B, but when you get there you're downwind of it because the wind's been pushing you. So I'm pinching higher so that with the leeway I might just be able to sail right into Valletta with this wind angle. Remember that. Just a tip. And I can see clearly now Malta's there. Yes! Thank goodness I see Malta. It's been 9 days of sailing at sea with so many obstacles and challenges, but I can see it. It's about 14 miles away. I've been sailing the whole day, really nice wind. So privileged, so lucky, so happy, so blessed to have had this wind when the engine died on me. I've just been able to make the right angle all the way probably to Valletta. If the wind carries on like this, I'll sail the boat right into the harbor and I'll get somebody just to help me to berth the boat. And Bob is your freaking uncle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this trip. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll see you next time. Remember, you're awesome. You can achieve everything that you want. And have a freaking amazing day. Ciao!